With it, man. How did I become Chef CIE? So for everybody, thank y'all for the new, you know, supporters who tuned into my channels, who hasn't been at the journey from the beginning. They're starting to see it, and it's elevating you, and it's giving you some good knowledge, man, to be fulfilled in life. I'm pray that it can hit anybody out there who needs to hear this message and who has a dream and a goal, and God says you could achieve your goals and go do it. You know what I mean? Just don't entertain anybody on Google Gaga time. We too old for that. Although, what I'm saying is, we can always get lost in the sauce when we choose to entertain people who want grown-ups who still want to act like they're children because they don't want us to succeed and do better. But no matter what, it's your choice to keep going. So, how did I become Chef CIE? All right, so my family, my father was a culinary chef and kind of runs in the family. My name is Saeed. I spell it different from most Ox and most Muslims, most Arabs. This is for learning purposes, and it means happy. It means joy. Shout out to my better half, Joy. Shout out to BJ Sarah and everybody in the family, Be More. Shout out to the whole Be More, and yeah, it also means chef. So, my mom's got the best cook up. That's also how I got here. My mom, she cooked it up. Although, I had like a lot of things I went through in life, from spiritual warfare to war in the flesh to war in the mind. A lot of like manic, episodes. A lot of psychotic breakdowns. I had I've been through it. The ringer, all the bad things they wish to me, wish to no side, and still I've been through a lot of dark entities. With the underworld and people who live in that way. So at times, people put stuff in my weed. This is why I don't smoke weed. Family, friends, all of that. More than once, and I just became like Jeezy song, why y'all tripping? I just started losing my mind. I became something else because mentally I wasn't here and I didn't have the direction to deal with it. So I ended up every time when I did and I came back, it was just like different. You know what I'm saying? And God got me through it though. That's why I do God's plan. But as in Chef Saeed, I also was labeled with being bipolar and schizophrenic because that's what came with it. You know what I mean? And it's messed up, but God gave it to me to deal with, so I'm dealing with it. So I'm just giving back to many. For the food, I started I had ended up getting labeled with psoriasis too. You know what I mean? From the war in the flesh. So there's a lot of things I'm not supposed to eat and drink when you got skin conditions. You're very sensitive. You got to stay fruitful. So that's how it started. And I would break out, have these hot outbursts. Stay tuned in to follow for more for my next episodes, but have these hot outbursts and I would just be sick, waking up 2 to like 4 in the morning, use the bathroom and just being like I can't even really walk. And at the time I was in LI and I stayed upstairs. So it was like even if I had to go down the stairs, you know what I mean, and to come back up, oh boy, like oh sigh. Oh sigh. It was a lot, so I know there was a lot to be going to the hospital and all of that, and at times you can't afford to deal with all of that. You gotta make it work right then and now. So I started doing home remedies. The first thing is I gave it up to God. First thing I did after that was I cleaned out my system. I started to drink dandelion root, organic dandelion root. I would drink that 3 times a day. Cleaning up my system out with some Spring Valley water. And I probably have like other drinks that I would use and stuff, And I cleaned it out, my system, for 3 days straight. And then I would be very fruitful and eat. And I would tuck away eating all the flesh. So people don't know what the flesh is, that's meat. I didn't eat no chicken, and I love me some chicken. Who don't love jerk chicken, right? I love me some barbecue jerk, some honey jerk, some coconut jerk, mango jerk, all of that. No cap, pineapple jerk, blend of it all. Like, I love me, you know what I mean? I ain't gonna lie, what's the point to cap? I love me some turkey wings, honey turkey wings, Henny wings from the black wings, Hennessy black wings, to the regular wings of the Henny, to Henny barbecue, to Henny honey barbecue, to, the white bottle of Henny, to the bourbon wings. I'm not gonna lie. I like having a whole full chicken, stuffing it with the beer, making beer chicken, so I couldn't even drink all of that no more. So, I took everything away, and I love seafood. Wild caught, the best out there, y'all. If y'all ever get some seafood, you know what I mean? Life, you got to know how to have quality over quantity. Don't be cheap out there, man. You got a job, y'all get paid every week, every other week. Live it up for once, man. Have some reason to talk about the things you accomplish and the goals you achieve in life. Don't be so uptight. You know what I mean? You to actually have fun, you got to spend money. You got to live it up. You ain't gonna get nowhere like that thinking you're gonna just be having money just to save, man. Live it up, bro. Enjoy life, man. Don't be one of those people who's uptight and stuck. Enjoy it while you're here, man, with your people. Make memories. Build legacy. You know what I mean? Empires. Be fulfilled and et cetera, with the revenue that God give you. Leave your marks and be more than remarkable. Don't be over there acting like that. You ain't got to have expensive habit, but understand the love, the fine taste of life. So, a shrimp, scallops, mussels, clams, king crab legs, crab legs, lobsters, I love all of that. Salmon, wild caught salmon, salmon in the can, the whole wild caught salmon, to the cuts of it, the stocks of it. But yeah, I had to change up my diet. So that's because I don't do pork. Brother Saeed, happy. I don't eat pork. Shout out to Yosef and all my Ak fam. Shout out to Big Abu, Shout out to my reflection, shout out to all the Miltons out there. Shout out Sadiq and all my peoples, man. I'll be sitting here naming everybody forever, but y'all know what it is. I don't eat pork though. I don't eat no candy that has gelatin. You know what I'm saying? I don't eat candy at all no more, but if it was, it would have to be the chicken one. Because, a lot of the gelatin candy is pork. No cap. So you need to start paying attention, because a lot of times people will say they don't eat it, but when you're eating candy and stuff like that, it's pork. Even some of the turkey sausages, the links is filled up with pork line. If you read the back of the ingredients, it'll tell you that. So be careful of what you put into your body, what you assume, and start to not just look at the beginning of the beginning of the band in the front of a label, but look at the directions and see what you put in your body. So I was putting things in my body and I got sick. You know what I mean? And I couldn't deal with it no more. I cleansed out my whole body. I stopped eating all the flesh, like I told you, and I went in a healthy lifestyle. Hashtag healthy lifestyle, healthy living, healthy eats, healthy food, healthy recipes, healthy juices, healthy drinks, healthy smoothies, and et cetera, and that's what I would do. So for those first 3 days I fasted, then after that I started to push stuff back in my system. And when you fast, you can't be juicing no sweet juices. You can eat a watermelon, but I advise you not to juice it because it spikes your sugar. You want to clean your system out those first 3 days. So that's what I was doing. And then I slowly started to put things back into my body. I would eat a lot of fruits. And then after that, you got the vegetables, and then you have nuts and you have seeds. So that's what I would eat. So chia seed pudding, chia seeds. I would eat a lot of hemp seeds. I would make hemp seed milk, and I didn't do no dairy. I don't really care for soda. I don't drink that anyway like that. So I wouldn't do no caffeine, because I don't care to have caffeine. I love the taste of stuff, but not good. I don't do the corn soap, the fruit turps, all the extra added preserves and the things that I don't need in my system. I'll make me some coconut milk. I'll make me some hemp seed milk. I'll make me some, I do it for real. I will make me some cashew milk, some walnut milk, pecan milk, pistachio milk. If I got sunflowers, I'll make that too. So those are the milks I was drinking. No dairy, because dairy has a lot of acid. You know what I mean? So it's not good. So I wouldn't really care to drink it as much. This is all for learning purposes. And I'm telling you how I did it. I'm going to show it to you. And I would have a lot of supplements, from ashwagandhas, to collagen peptides, to blue spirulina. All this is organic. To moringa, everything, to the oregano oil capsules, to burdock roots, to, yellow dog root of roots. I would have like Christianium tea. I would have chamomile tea, hibiscus flower, blueberry pea, and it goes on and on. And I wouldn't use no sugar, because that's not good for, when you got the skin condition either, and you don't want that. I will only use organic 100% pure maple syrup, and every now and then some unfiltered raw honey. And it works, and this is what I did. Drink a lot of coconut water, it's electrolytes, and all of the healthy stuff. Other than that, I'm making my own. I started making my own juices, so my sister, she always had like a lot of swelling in her foot, and I would make her this. I called it the Go Wilds Organic Nisa, because it's Ebenezer. Nisa, because I named it after her. It's one of her favorite Boat Bell's Blast tea, juices. And because my juice is all called Go Wild. So it was the organic Nisa Bell's Blast tea, So I would make it for her. It had the pomegranate, the mint leaves, seeded lemons. I always use seeded lemons. Maple syrup, and that's how I would make it, and I would boil it. And if I wanted to do like very, very of it, I would take the pomegranates and juice it and juice the ginger. And when you do that, it's different from just boiling it how it is. When you juice it, the pomegranate, it has a color when you get that juice, but once the ginger is juice, it takes away that bright, pretty, that type of red daiquiri color you will see. And it's more of a blend with like that golden, juice from the ginger, that golden milk. So, yeah. I will use a lot of supplements, macro powder, all of that, Everything I will use, and it's all good to help your body. You feel me? I will use all the good stuff. So this is how we did it. I'm about ready for round 2 to do it for a whole year. 6 months, it shows my discipline. Now a whole year, that's going to be more discipline. A lot of people are not ready for that in life to change and do for the better because they already have the motivation of word cursing themselves and always telling themselves they can't. They was always programmed that to not be able to do more than what it is. But me, I love to live life, and you got to do what you got to do. So this is out there for everybody there. So like I said, with my sister, she used to swell up, and I would make that for her, and it was like all of the water in her body, everything, it would just like flush out, just go down, And when you're not used to putting a lot of pure stuff in your body, eventually when you do, it's like you're taking out all the toxins, all the negative stuff in your body. It's releasing. It's like you're flushing out everything in your blood vessel, your bloodstream. You feel me? The energy, you know what I'm saying, is going. You got more powerful energy, and you flushing out all the toxic. You got your air, the oxygen in your brain. Everything is like rejuvenating. It's revelating. You feel me? So this is what I did. And it's like, I'm gonna just do this for a living because I was good at it. I've always been good at doing things, but I really liked the changes I was doing for myself. And it was like, felt so good, from coming from somewhere where you flat at the flat bottoms, you flat broke, to going all the way up with it. So dealing with all the things I was dealing with, in and out the psych wards, the trauma units, just going through spiritual warfare, war in the flesh, war in the mind. And when you go through war in the mind, you see and hear a lot of demonic satanic activity, having manic episodes. From all for what my family, my friends did with them dust blunts. This all came with that. I was the All-American before that. I was great at everything. So once they did that, my life was just, it was over. You get tired of, not to be negative, you get tired of feeling like you lost, feeling helpless and hopeless, powerless. So I just got up with God and I just started building again. And it was like that, so it felt good, from having all those nervous breakdowns, panic attack, anxiety attacks, to actually have something to be good at instead of feeling like you're going to be a failure. And this is what you got to understand. No matter what you go through, you got to understand that you're going to make it. It's just all of those problems, those pain, those situations, and the suffering that want you to lose and let it become pressure to you. But you got to become pressure to it. Once you do that and you move right with God, you see that there's a way. You might not be able to do everything you used to do, but God still give you gifts to do something. And this is one of the many somethings he gave me to do. So I'm doing that. I'm just going forward with it. For everybody out there who has mental illness, with disability, me doing this shows you that anything is possible. That's through God. I'm moving with God. You feel me? So that's also why I want to do it and record and document it, so that I'm praying that it can help save and help a lot of people in life. Because once you see me making it, it shows you no matter what you go through, that you can make it. Because if you're dealing with all of that, that's real. Because it's like everything's against you. Think about it. Like, you know what I mean? So, yeah, that's my story on that part. But yes, y'all tune into my channel and follow for more and subscribe, because we going all the way up with it. Northside God's plan. Up with it. Let's get it. We're going to strengthen the bond daily. Let's go. New seasons, new greetings, God's meeting, God's pleasing. A lava house, a lava game. Blessings, respectfully, successfully. Up with it. Let me keep hitting out more and more of that greatness. Let's go. Oh, sigh.